Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply grayscale, blur filter or hue adjust filter to a video in Expo React Native for iOS. So let's get started. Alright, so the next thing is we will have to create an Expo React Native project. So you can go to this particular URL to choose a template of your own choice. I will be using this blank TypeScript template because it creates very minimum boilerplate code. Also it uses TypeScript. So what I will do is that I will just copy this particular command, but you can change the template to whatever you feel like. So I'll just copy this particular command. Then inside your terminal, just go to your workspace directory and just paste this particular command. It will ask me for my app name. I will just give it some generic app name. Let's just wait. So I will just give it as my app. Okay. Once this is done, it will create a project for us and it will do all the npm installation for us. So what I will do is that I will just open my app. So I'll just copy this. So this is the project which we have created, so I'll just open it inside VS Code. Alright, so this is open. Next, if you see inside our project, there is no Android and iOS folder. So we need to create those folders because we will be writing some native code, right? That's why we need to create those folders. Also one more thing which I want to inform you guys is we'll have to create a separate native module as well. Even though we have created those Android and iOS folder, we won't be writing some code inside it. We will be writing our code inside a separate native module. So firstly you will have to go to this particular URL and I'll paste it over here. Okay, then the next step is to generate the iOS folder. So for that we have to come to this URL. Then we just select this iOS device which we have. Then here I select development build, and here I disable ES as well. I have already installed Xcode as well as Xcode command line tools. Then I have already updated installed Homebrew, installed Watchman. Then we have to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this, and after that I will just cd to my app. So I'll just do this, then I'll just paste this command. So this will take little bit of time, so be patient. Once it will just do npm install some dependency, then we have to just copy this particular command. So this will actually create the iOS folder for us. So this command has finished, so I can just paste something like this. Previously this particular command used to ask me for my Apple bundle identifier to type it out, but now they are giving some anonymous bundle identifier, which I am not really a huge fan of. But anyways, again, this is just a development project, so I'm not really bothered about this bundle identifier. But if you want, you should change it if it is a production app later on through Xcode. Now this CocoaPod installation will take little bit of time, so be patient. Right now, once the CocoaPod installation is done, it is asking me to run it on my device. I won't run it now, so I'll just press Ctrl C. Okay, so the next step which we have to do is we just have to copy this URL and open it inside a browser. So I have already opened it. If you want, you can go through this documentation. I'm not going through that. I will just show you what steps we need to run. So firstly, you can just copy this particular command and paste it over here. Once you have just paste your command inside your app, it will ask you some questions. So I will just enter and enter. I'm not changing anything. So again, this will take little bit of time, and if you see over here, it has created the modules folder for us. So the next step is, so here I have created one sample project from which I will be copying a bit of code. So don't get confused, the name of the sample project is second. So I will just open the app.tsx from my sample project. Then I will just copy everything from that and I'll just paste it over here. So I will just copy this. I will go to app.tsx over here and I'll just paste it something like this. Okay, but firstly, before I show you my app.tsx code, we have to install few dependencies. So first you can open this image picker dependency which I have. So I will just open it over here. Then we also require this React Native video dependency. So for that I have opened this to documentation. So this Expo image picker dependency, because we need to pick videos from the user's device, right? So we will have a button, the user will click on it, it will ask the user for pick his or her device, and then we will transform that video, save the video to external storage, and then play that transform video inside our app. So to pick videos, we will make use of this Expo image picker library. Okay, so the next step which we have to do is we just have to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this. I will go to my app. I'm already inside my app in my terminal, and I'll just run this particular command, so it will install that dependency for us. And we also need to add this plugins folder which you see. So I'll just copy this, and I will go to app.json over here, and here you can see this is my Expo, right? So I will just add a comma after this, and I'll just paste it. And we require access to videos. You can change this message to whatever you feel like. I'll just use something like this. Okay, so once this is done, we'll have to install this React Native video library. There is Expo video library as well, which has just released. If you want, you can use it. I'm more comfortable with React Native video, but any dependency is fine. To install this, we can just copy this, and I'll paste it over here again. Now for so once this is done, okay, so this is done as well. Now for iOS, what we have to do is we have to open this particular drop down and just scroll down, and okay, you just click on this Expo plugin, and we have to add this particular bit of code. So I'll just copy this, and I'll paste it over here. Oh, sorry, I didn't copy it properly. So I'll just copy this. We already have this plugins one, so we don't need that, and I'll paste it over here, and I'll just remove this as well as this. So yeah, that's it for iOS. Okay, the next step which we have to do for iOS is we also need to do pod installation. So I'll just copy this particular command. I'm inside my app again, I'm not inside my iOS directory, and I'll just paste this. We have to do pod installation because we firstly have created this native module of modules, and we also install this inside our package.json. We install this, right, image picker as well as this React Native video. That's why we again have to do pod installation. So let it finish. Once that is finished, I'll come back. Right now let me explain you my app.tsx. So basically here I am importing text, touchable, opacity as well as view. Here I have imported Expo image picker as well. Here is our use effect and use state from React. I'm also importing React Native video, and this is the module which we had created. That's what I'm importing as well. I have created one use state. So once we click on a button, it will open the video picker for us. We will select a video, we'll send that video URI to the transform method which we will be writing soon, and that transform method we will give the updated URI for which the audio it will give the updated URI for which of the transformed video. Okay, that we will be saving it inside the set video URI. So ignore this use effect for now. I'll just show you the view code. So here is our button. On click of it, we are opening the Photos app with all the videos inside it. Once the user selects a video, we get the URI out of it, and we just pass this to our transform video method. Now we need to define this method. So for that, you will have to go to my module src my module.ts, and here you have to define this as a transform video method which takes a URL as well as a string, and it returns promise void. Now once it has finished, the output will come over here inside use effect. So we are listening for this output. Now this on change listener is already added once you create a Expo module. So if you want to see, you can go over here. Here you can see it has we don't need this, sorry. Here you can see this has already created this change event payload, and here is our my module events. Okay, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Okay, so here once we get the data from our transform video method, so this one we will get the video URI over here, and I'm just assigning it to our set video URI method use state. Okay, then once this is not equal to empty, then only I'm displaying our video component and playing our video. All right, next we have to write the actual implementation for our transform video. Inside iOS, we'll have to go to my module.swift file. Okay, there is one more thing which we need to do first. Go to the main iOS folder, go to my app, and here inside info.plist you will have to add this particular permission as well. So I will just add this. So we need this permission because once the video has been transformed, then we need to I want that video to be saved to the Photos app as well. That's why we require this particular permission. So yeah, you can just copy paste this permission as well inside info.plist. Alright, so the next thing which we have to do is we have to open this my module.swift file which is present inside the iOS folder. I will just scroll up at the top. Here firstly we have to import photos, because once a specific filter has been applied to a video, we want to save the video to the Photos app as well. Then this final URL, this is just a global URL. I will tell you later why we are using it. Then inside this module definition, this is the boilerplate code which is present by default when you create an Expo module. So I haven't touched anything over here. So this is also by default, this is also by default. But after this particular view ends, here I have defined a function called transform video which takes a URL. So this URL is from the ReactNative side where the user picked a video. Then here we just convert it to a proper URL. Then we call this transform video method, which will help us to apply different filters like grayscale, blur or hue adjust filter. I will show you that method in a bit. But once the video has been transformed, this is the updated URL of the video. Then here I am just checking whether we have the required permission for the Photos app or not to save the video. If we do have it, then here we are performing the operation of saving the video. So if the video has been successfully saved, then I am sending the URL back to ReactNative side so that the user can play the video. Now be careful, this URL is not the same URL in which the video has been saved to the Photos app. This URL is the URL where we have just stored it inside the internal storage of the app. So in case, I could have shown you how to get the URL of the saved video as well, but it would have gone extremely complicated. That's why I wanted to keep things simple. But in case if you need any help on how to fetch the URL for the saved video of the Photos app, do let me know in the comments as well, and I will help you with that. In case if there is any error, I'm displaying the error as well, and here you can see this is just for my own logging purpose. Just like I'm sending this URL back to ReactNative side, you can also send the error back to ReactNative side as well if you want. So this is the helper method just to check whether we have the Photos app permission or not. And here I have just created one enum just in case if there is any invalid data. Then this is the transform video method. It takes a file manager. Here I have created this AV URL asset by passing our video URL. Then we create this AV mutable composition. Then we create this video composition track. So this is the entire code for it. Similarly, I have done the same thing for audio composition track as well. Now this constant is by default present inside iOS. I have not defined or invented this by myself. Then here we just do asset video track, same for asset audio track as well. Get the duration of the video, then insert the time range from starting to the entire duration of the video, same for audio composition track as well. Then we define our export path, then the export URL. If a file already present with the same name like what I have defined over here, then remove that particular file. Now this is for blur filter. Currently the first output which I will show you will be for hue adjust, but I will just explain you guys the code. I'll show you the output as well for blur filter later on. So first all you have to do is just create a CI filter named Gaussian blur. Then we just do AV video composition, passing our asset, and here is our source, okay, from the request which we have generated. Then we just set the value for our filter. Then we just vary the filter parameters based on the video timing. That's what we are doing over here. And then here we just crop the blurred output to the bounds of the original image. So in our case it would be video. So this is for blur filter. I'll comment this code later on, okay. Similarly for grayscale as well, we are doing the same thing. It is exactly the same, only the name has changed, and here this filter name has changed, and this particular name I'm using it everywhere. Rest everything remains the same. Similarly for hue adjust as well, so the filter name change. Here I have defined one hue angle as well. This is our filter composition. Then here we define our source, we set the value for it, then the output image as well, and then we just crop it and just do request.finish. Then here we just do AV asset export session, pass our composition. So whatever composition we had the original composition. Okay, then we just do our output URL, then the output file type I want it in MP4, then optimize for network use is true, and here inside video composition we pass the filter composition. So for this case this would be this particular thing. We are just adjusting the hue of the video, and then we just export the video, assign it to our final URL, and return the final URL back. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this thing. I'll simply scroll up and scroll down. In case if you have missed anything, feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like. So I'll simply scroll through this. So this is the entire code. Be careful with this name, otherwise you might get an issue. So yeah, that's it. Now let's see the output for hue adjust. This is the output for hue filter. So I'll just dismiss this. I'll click on pick video. Here you can see I only have one video. I'll select that, and it is now asking me to save this video because it has converted that video. I'll just give full access, and here you can see that it has converted to it has applied that hue filter to it. I'll just pause this. If I click on pick video again, here you can see the video has also been saved to the Photos app. I'll just dismiss this. Also, one more thing is make sure you run this on a real iOS or iPad device. Don't run this on a simulator. It does not work on the simulator, at least when I tested it. So yeah, again I'll just go to my module.swift file. Now what I'll do, I'll just uncomment this one. So I will show you blur filter now, and I'll comment this one out, hue adjust. Pause it. I'll just save it. Sorry, I'll rerun my application. So here is the output for blur filter. I'll click on pick video again. I'll select the original video. If you want to display a progress bar, you can do that as well. So here is the output. Here you can see the video has been blurred. So yeah, that's it for this one. If I click on pick video again, here you can see the blurred video has also been stored. And if I will just comment this one out, and I will show you the grayscale as well. So I will uncomment this one, save it. I'll rerun my application again. Okay, and this is the final output. I'll just dismiss this. I'll click on pick video. I'll select the original video, and here you can see grayscale has also been applied. And if I click on pick video, the video has also been saved. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.